but I mean, if you pick Kalista here, you're just saying, like, I dare you to play the Yuumi lane. We're going to play hard on the bottom side, and if you do want to play the Yuumi and Zeri, we are going to crush you in the 2v2, and it won't matter what the Renekton lane on the top side ends up going towards. And we know the AMUMU is coming here in the support slot. No shocker there with Renata being banned. I think Damwon is showing a lot of confidence in this draft, and that's one thing I could definitely say about their start here. We'll see the Showmaker Taliyah taken off the board from T1. Though my point we made earlier in the points of the match about Gumusi in his late game, he hasn't looked amazing unless he's very far ahead. The Zeri Yuumi into Draven that Canyon could have picked up here would mean that one small mistake from Guma means that the game has to go down that late game Zeri route. And T1 haven't looked as comfortable on that late game carry, so I think that may be one reason why they do end up grabbing the Kalista.
Yeah. Kalista's great in her own right. Obviously going to be a very dominant lane. The Azir ban, not a surprise. The Ahri already taken away from Faker. The next on the mid-tier list is Sylas. Obviously, the Taliyah also taken away here from Showmaker, so maybe we see something a little bit different in this mid lane.
LeBlanc still open. I think could be a ban to consider here for Damwon Kia if they want to take that one away from Faker. We don't know what the matchup's going to be just yet, but something that we did see in the playoffs early on was Corki, who made a return. I don't think that really suits either of these compositions very well, especially with the Trundle being banned here. The Aatrox ban I like a lot more because this is essentially saying we're going to win Renekton topside here, and the bottom lane's going to be more stable for us as Damwon. Don't want to give you guys the ability to actually duel out against a Renekton and win those mid-game fights with this Kalista. Want to weaken your power there. The Azir ban, a similar vein, but this does mean Sylas comes through. There's no Trundle on the other side. The Trundle was banned away, so I think a smart move from T1. No way to really duel around first objective very well right now in Damwon's comp against this. Unless they can find another way to get mid-prio. And I do wonder what that's going to be for Showmaker here. We've seen the Lissandra work very well for him this season. We've seen Victor into the Sylas. Very middling success. This is the big question mark right now.
Danny's got something to say about that. Let's see what he has to say, because Showmaker has not said anything just yet. As this is not an easy decision. The LeBlanc can be pretty good into the Sylas, and it looks like that is what will be selected.
A lot of backline access is normally what you grab LeBlanc for, but T1's composition just in general has very high resistances. Oh, it's the old Quinn response to the Renekton to be hovered here. This would be very interesting. It would allow T1 to have two late game threats in terms of 80 range damage, but I like the Gnar here much more. I think as Damwon, you want to win these fights early with LeBlanc, trying to not necessarily blows the backline up, but actually just add that extra chain CC, maybe threaten Gnar, prevent him from getting the Gnar bar up, stuff like that. But otherwise, this LeBlanc pick isn't threatening much. Like, Kalista is very survivable, and Sylas is very survivable. Wukong, not that squishy. So I think really is going to be about the laning phase. Can Damwon Kia get ahead? Can they get those early objectives under their control? Can they buy a lot of time that way, get a cash in early for this Draven, and accelerate the game in their favor? If not, once again, I definitely have to throw my hat into the T1 ring in terms of who I think has the better draft here. I remember Valdez. Oh, well, we don't have time to remember.
No remembering! Baker's getting in there. This is a fantastic composition to invade with, and they're looking for Bertle. Not really having much. Baker's tanking turret as well, looking for an angle, but not going to amount to anything outside of Bertle's flash, which is going to be very nice.
Damwon will try to potentially set up a 3-buff for the Poppy here into the Wukong early, and they see him. Pings come down instantly. Uma just going to come over here and try to check this. But
yeah.
Oh, not really that much CC in this comp at level 1, so set up for a potential dive. Or catch a Wukong coming over here to set up defensively.
Yeah, I think they did spot Canyon coming in here, as Canyon will be spotted now, and they're just going to engage onto him as in comes the rest of the team, but immediately, you're already so deep in here, and Duckdom takes 2 turret shots. Keria will not even go down, and a disaster for Damwon Kia. T1 reads him like a book and wins this early game.
Could have just backed off and taken his blue buff. and taken a 3-buff start and been, you can see it's a 4-2 right now. Guma, 3 of those wins on this Draven.
Boy. Distortion gonna miss, but the chains will hit as trying to steal a Poppy ult, but that's not going to land. Just kind of just dash through as Canyon is on the follow here. Will flash as well, but Owner is right nearby. Can Faker live? The Kingslayer at the last moment as the flash in from Showmaker will secure the kill. As now you've got Bertle coming in from the top lane, actually, and now Owner's in a bit of trouble. Trying to get this kill onto a Poppy, not going to happen at low health, and DK.
Owner has 6 now, and he is unseen on a control ward. They all committed to control ward buys here to make sure they could spring traps, but DAMWON playing this very patiently, clearing out the bottom side of the vision. Now Faker's isolated a little bit.
Yeah, Keria looking to come in. He's going to find Duck Dom, looking for that big mummy trap as he will force the cleanse and the flash out of Duck Dom, but a huge whirling death from behind is going to secure a kill for him. As now fighting front to back though, Guma pretty fed, looking for that damage. Faker will be able to pick up the kill, and the chase is still on. This team can chase so easily with this comp as Flash comes in. Looking for Duck Dom, who is flashless, but did you go too far? The answer looks to be yes, as Showmaker with a blue buff is looking to get in there. Faker still trying to zone for his team and will take down Duck Dom with a huge coup, still alive, and even zones away Showmaker, who's trying to scout here with his clone, but will not be able to follow up.
Yeah, not going to be able to get close enough to Faker to take him out. Canyon does have Hex Flash, but no regular Flash. Isn't going to be chasing him down either. DAMWON's favor. So still a very close game at this stage.
Yeah, although we're looking to get on top of a Braum here. Kellen doesn't have anything, so he looks to be dead. Oh, he has a stopwatch. Missed that one. Might be able to save him as Guma is going to pull the Ren. And actually, it's Keria who is taken out. That's another kill, as this game is going a little bit off the rails as Guma now on the run. As this Kalista flash on in from Canyon with the slow, should be able to select that kill, as Faker not quite able to lock down another for himself.
Yeah, you know, this is what these two compositions are looking to do, is to fight all the time, fight non-stop. They both have high damage. DAMWON Kia Spring onto the Drake bottom side, so DAMWON reading the map very well here. Had so much vision control still of this bottom objective. Now trying to rush over here and deny.
Is still available, so that's an arc on, and this is getting pretty low. Canyon in smite range, and it goes to Canyon as well. The fight here looking to be taken, but the bandage is going to miss from Keria. They're still trying to get on top of this Renekton as the dominance taken here by Faker, and he will survive for quite a long period of time as in goes Showmaker. He's going to collect that one very sneakily on the backside of that fight.
Dom's getting a turret.
Yeah, so that's a full turret for him as Showmaker is going to be so slippery here.
Stuff like that is what DAMWON Kia need in terms of X Factor here, because their CC in terms of Wombo and straight up fights, not as good as what T1 have to offer. Their single target is insane.
Yeah, I have a lot of my faith in Showmaker, who's nearing this Shadow Flame already, right? Like, he's already doing his job very nicely, just hopping in, poking damage. Now, Duck Dom can't get caught like this as Faker is looking to just take him down. Duck Dom will flash away, but Kellen looks to bite the dust. As Ingo saves as well, looking for the kill onto the 80 carry, and he will be able to pick it up as another crazy skirmish breaks out here. Showmaker picks up a kill onto the Gnar who dove. Also, Canyon goes in and takes out the Gnar, so turns once again into a bit of an even trade, but T1 with a slight victory.
Yeah, T1 with a slight advantage, and that might be enough to grab the second Drake of the game here. Showmaker looking for some poke. Chains won't hit. This is still a very difficult fight to take here against T1 because they have a Kalista. She's going to be doing massive damage here, 3v2. Canyon just looking for a steal and walk away.
Yeah, might be able to, as nope, it's going to be Kalista with the Rend pull at the end of the day, as now on the chase here. Doesn't look like Guma will continue after getting chilling smited.
Oh, he's already doing his job very well, but he can't be giving these Drakes over to T1 if he can help it.
And this has got to stop happening for Duck Dom. He's just going to die. Like, this is just him getting picked so many times. He's died 4 times. And that's just a free Baron now for T1. I mean, it's an excellent pick once again. T1 are finding every single angle.
Yeah, and it's a flash Gnar. You know, from far away, you think you're safe. You're not safe. Not against this composition.
There's just too many threats, as you were saying. There's just too many ways to get on top of DAMWON. And T1 are playing this out beautifully. Canyon trying to get close, but he just gets a moo-mooed in the face.
Such a space where T1 could threaten more.
A little bit of a play here as the Braum is knocked away, and T1 are turning this one around. Huge Cyclone onto the both of them on the second. application, as that is going to be enough. Zeus is going deep now, and he is so tanky with all this gold and the Baron buff. This game was so close, and now it is so one-sided. T1 are just pushing down the mid lane and taking lives.
They have Baron still, and they're going to push even further here, I think. Maybe take out an inhibitor. I mean, we're 25 minutes into the game. It doesn't feel like it because it feels like it's just been a non-stop early game. We could never get out of mid. T1 are like, I think we might be able to get even more here.
Dude, like, you know, like 3-0-3 on the LeBlanc, just not able to do enough. Tries to get a double distortion, immediately goes into the stopwatch, and that might be his demise, actually. As he does get the 1 kill, and T1 are just continuing. As it is a little bit risky, but at the end of the day, with the Baron buff, it should just be enough. They're going to target down this Nexus and end again in 25 minutes. T1, they weren't winning, and then all of a sudden, they were dominating.
And it's right as we were talking about the CC and the setups they have and the hard engage that T1 has.